It's funny how when summer comes and like you have windows open, you realise where drafts come from, and because stuff starts moving, doors slam and things shake, and you're like, oh, okay.
Creepy house.
Yeah. Also, it's very rare to hear a clock tick these days.
Yeah.
It reminds me of my grandparents' house. In a nice way, in a comforting way.
I think we have like a clock in every room.
Ooh.
Is that too many clocks?
Yes.
Because this used to be the kids' playrooms. They have like a kiddie clock helping them learn the time.
That's fine, I'll allow that. Where are the other ones?
One in the kitchen.
Yeah, I like a kitchen clock.
One in the living room.
Don't
like
need one in the living room. No, because living room, just chill out.
But what if they're watching telly in the mornings and it's like, go to school, look at the time?
Yeah. Are you not doing stuff in the kitchen? Can you not just check the kitchen clock?
Well, move rooms.
Okay.
On a busy morning.
Are you watching cartoons in the morning?
Yeah,
Is that what's
I
okay.
have a terrible attention span and I need to know what Bluey and the gang have got up to.
Oh, I'm really sad. Do you know what? I'm really sad that I missed out on Bluey.
Bluey's big play?
As in...
Oh, right. As in your kids are too old to have engaged in it. Yeah, sure.
Because the ones I've seen I've really enjoyed, but I can't justify sitting down to watch like the back catalogue.
I suppose you're just going to have to adopt or foster.
Oh, why is not having another biological child an option? You're saying that I can't?
I'm saying I don't think you'd want to.
Okay.
I think I'm correct in
No, I don't
guessing
want
that.
to.
Yeah. Then stop throwing fucking shade at me.
My inside would be outside of me. Not to carry it around in a holdall.
Yeah. A lovely leather holdall.
Yeah.
Delightful. Like your outfit.
Thank you. I don't know what I'm doing.
Never has a true word been said. It feels like your outfits have been very strong on the podcast. It feels like...
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm in a period though of... I've put some weight on, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's at the stage where... But it's summer now and all the stuff I have should be for a smaller me.
Right.
I mean, I think everyone has that, right? Where you've got a few items of clothing, you're like, oh, I did used to wear that.
It's like on a sliding scale and stuff. Like, that was when I was bigger, that's when I was smaller. And it's
And I think with me, it's not that there's... If I'm bigger or smaller, it's not like... There's not a massive difference between it. But I can feel it, or I notice it. But I'm trying to get into this state of not caring about it, and it'll sort itself out. And
that's hard though. That's hard to unpack sort of decades of bullshit.
Oh, growing up as a teenager in the 90s was hideous.
Yeah.
Like I started doing aerobics when I was 11.
With the goal to sort of lose weight / get fit.
Because in the run up to like school holidays in the summer,
right,
you get to play games and stuff. You get to bring games and stuff in. One of the parents, I think she's like an aerobic instructor. She came in to do an aerobic session with us in primary school, and I loved it so much.
That's nice.
And and then she played this video. I think it must have been Lizzie Webb was one of like the really cool ones in the 80s. And I asked my mum if I could have a video. And obviously my mum was like, well, it's exercise, why, and it's fun, why wouldn't she? And you're like 35 years later. And I have so many issues with exercise and food and my body, and it's...
Because of that video?
Well, not just that. I mean, obviously... I think maybe that in itself was too much maybe for a child to... Because suddenly you're seeing all these people in like lycra who... And at that stage as well, women weren't told that being strong was good. Right. You have to be skinny. So even if you're exercising, don't build muscle.
No, it's to lose weight, isn't it? It's to be a lower number on a scale.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So then... But then there's a whole host of things, like my mum used to do Weight Watchers when we were young, and I used to read the books and stuff. Sure. And then even now I could still name you all the Weight Watchers points.
Yeah.
It's just mad. And I don't know, and then there's supermodels and there's thigh gaps and collarbones. And
I still think that, like, you know, I'd like to think that we're getting beyond that, and there is this element of like girls can be strong too, and you see loads of like, you know, young women in the gym doing like incredible weightlifting and stuff. But then I know that, you know, body trends on socials are things
skinny's
like
back. Do you know what I mean? And you just and then as an older woman now, you're looking at it thinking, no, I thought we were over this.
Yeah.
Tell me about your experience with that, with like boys when you're in school.
I was always quite a skinny kid growing up, and I think I sort of defined myself by not being like an alpha big muscly bloke.
Yeah.
So that was fine until then I went to uni and then started putting on weight because I was just eating and drinking the world. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, so if I'm not this, then that was a little bit weird. I think my older brother, I think, always had a better metabolism than me. He was always much slimmer than me, whereas I think I always had a bit more my dad's values build.
Right.
So I sort of put on weight quite easily. And then, yeah, I've had like some weird-ish body issues for years and years and years, to the point where, like, in my group of friends, there was the what was colloquially known as the Robin Sadness diet, which was something I did for a little while, which was essentially I would miss breakfast, and then for lunch and dinner I would have one roast turkey breast with maybe some lettuce. So basically doing the 5-2 but 7. And that was bleak. And then just like not in a healthy way, losing weight. And then I think it was maybe like a year before I quit drinking, saw a personal trainer, started going to the gym and kind of learning, oh right, okay, so it doesn't need to be like a lower number on a scale. It can be the heavier weights that you can lift and like health being less. But I think I definitely like was trying to, when I got booked for a couple of telly jobs, I was like, well, I lost like a stone and a half before like filming that. Which is not because anything, they were like, she isn't like a Hollywood star, like, you're gonna lose 20 pounds, kid, to be on Mock of the Week. But weird, right? Because I think I had this thing of like, well, I'm going to be on TV, I want to sort of like quote unquote look my best, and like looking my best was therefore losing a ton of weight. Yeah,
but then I guess, but because of the way you've conditioned it yourself to think that that's what makes you feel confident in yourself as well. It's not just about how you look to other people, it's about how it makes you feel, because if you feel a tiny little bit off, like how your body feels and stuff, then it'll affect you mentally. And
I'm very aware of like trying to not, weirdly this morning, we were sort of, my son loved the Thomas the Tank Engine books, and my daughter, we read them to her before she goes to sleep. And obviously there's the fat controller and the thing controller. So we were talking about those words being like, you know, sort of, the fat controller doesn't mind being called fat, what's his name? So having like, those bizarre conversations literally a couple of hours ago. But I think being really hyper aware of those kind of words, whereas I don't know whether there is a mum to a daughter relationship which is slightly different.
It's the one thing. It's one of the things that.
Sorry, hilarious. I'm just going to drink some Diet Coke because we're having this conversation. Because
are you one of these people who, like, when you have like a Calvary or like a full English breakfast, or you go for fish and chips and you get the diet pop?
I would never have a full fat pop.
Ever?
Not really, no.
Interesting.
No, I never would.
Okay. My mum made me scared of aspartame when we were younger. Like
the best bit.
Sweetener, yeah. Because it puts holes in your brain.
Holes in my brain?
I don't know, that's what they used to say.
Is that why I'm so mad?
Maybe.
Is that why I'm so deeply unhappy all the time? The happiness is seeping out of my many holes in my head.
I don't know how you film them.
Crazy. Full fat Coke?
Yeah.
It's sex.
Just calcifies, but brown.
Oh, nice.
No, it's one of the things, so to date, it's one of the things I think I've done well as a parent, is to not pass these things on to my kids.
That's very impressive.
I've been so mindful about it, just because of my own hang-ups with my body and food and stuff like that. I always say, because I've never had like an eating disorder, but I think I have disordered eating.
Interesting.
Anyway, we'll unpack that later on. But I have loads of people I know who've had eating disorders and stuff. I'm like, I just don't want my kids to ever have that kind of pressure on them. So like when they were growing up and they were trying new foods, going on solids and stuff like that, I've never been one of these parents who insists that they have to finish their food.
Yeah.
you know, sometimes that you can tell when your small child is just being contrary.
Right.
And they need to eat something.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between that and then just being full. And you can kind of tell, if you know your kids well enough by a certain point, you should be able to not tell if they're just full. So I've never forced them to finish their meals, to the point where now, like, if my son especially, his thing is cake. He loves cake. Like, to the point where, like, his eyes go a really weird glazed when he sees cake.
Your son Bruce Bogtrap.
Yeah. But I've taught them, or I've conditioned them well enough that if he's eating a cake, if he's full, he won't finish it, and he'll just say to me, "Mum, can you keep this for tomorrow?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God,
that's perfect.
I could never do that.
No, I don't think. I think I have a very addictive personality in lots of things. Hence why the drinking got a problem. But I think I remember. I might have said this to you before. I remember in uni there was one night I was like, let's go to the casino, and I put like a tenner down on something and lost it, and I was like, well, I'm going to put another tenner down and win that tenner back. I was like, oh, this is a bad thing. Why am I going to chase that?
Yeah.
I'm going to chase it and fix it. I think I had the same thing with food, with drinking, and the same thing with eating.
Yeah.
Say no.
So I think for them to be able to switch that off, and then not just constantly thinking about food like I do. Like, I know people who are on the weight loss jabs. Sure. And I've talked to them about this because I have the food noise. I think about food all the time. I think about what I'm going to have. I think about what I've just eaten.
And you enjoy food, right?
My God, I love food. And I will eat everything. But that's the problem. Sure. But then I can't leave things. So if there's like a packet of biscuit in the house, I can't just have two. I will sit down and I will just finish it because there's a compulsion there, right? Yeah, sure. Whereas talking to people who are on the jabs, the fact that noise just goes, I can't even imagine what that's like.
And is that what I'm quite ignorant about what the jabs are. So you jab yourself each day.
Yeah.
And then that changes your brain.
It's something to do with the signals or something in your brain when it comes to food. And you stop thinking about it. You have to remind yourself to eat. Can't even fathom it. Because like now, I know what I ate yesterday and I feel bad about certain things I ate yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
So you still have that kind of like, that's a bad food, this is a good food.
Yeah. I want to be one of those people who just doesn't care.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But similarly, so with my kids as well, so I don't really weigh myself anymore. I think you can tell, can't you, by your clothes and stuff by now anyway.
I think so.
I have scales though for my suitcases for when I go on holiday.
Great.
But like,
because you're tight.
Yeah.
You're going to get fucked by RYANAIR again.
Yeah. But it's like the scales are never out. They're just in the back of the wardrobe. So my kids have never seen me weigh myself.
Yeah.
Whereas I would have seen my mum weigh herself when I was younger. I think back then I just think you would talk more about the fact you were unhappy with your weight. But I've never said that to them either. So if I'm feeling a bit,
that's
I've never said to them that I need to cut down on something or other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, good foods and bad foods. I think, having those kind of stigmas around it is...
So far, and I have no doubt, so my daughter's 12 now, I have no doubt that it's going to start unravelling sometime soon. Because once they're teenagers, you have so much control, and the effect that their peers have on them, it is going to be massive, and the things they consume media-wise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And I suppose as hormones change, as their bodies change, and I think, you're used to kind of your frame and your physique, I suppose, which doesn't change that much, I think, from the ages of probably like 5 to 10, right? No. You're kind of like, that's kind of you.
Yeah.
And then it's growth spurts and it's hormones and it's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Weird times.
This has been quite deep, right?
Yeah. I think we'll talk about, farts and stuff eventually.
Okay.
But no, I think it's that thing of you don't want to pass your own trauma down to your kids. And I'm sure you will do certain elements of that accidentally. Yeah,
but then maybe you have a think now about what you think you're trying to suppress. Because I've done it with food, I've done it with spiders, because I used to be quite scared of spiders.
Right.
But I trained myself not to be in front of them, so now I'm not. Same with flying. I'm not mad about flying. Like
Yeah.
I get quite scared with takeoff and landing.
Sure.
But if I'm flying with them, I don't mention it. I smile manically throughout.
A couple of years ago, maybe like 18 months ago, I was like, I'm getting worse with flying and stuff. I'm getting much, much worse. And do you know why?
Why?
Because I wasn't shit-faced on a plane.
Oh,
I said
no.
stop drinking, because that was one of my favourite things to do, like drinking pre-flight. I used to think I was a really good flyer. I was just a very good drunk.
Yeah, and now you're too aware.
Now I'm too aware.
You're listening to the instructions that they give you, and you're like, oh no, how would that work?
Yeah, I always look out for the air steward and stewardesses, the cabin crew. And I try and guess the panic in their eyes based on what's happening.
Yeah.
Do they seem worried? Are they panic calling their loved ones?
I don't think they'd ever let on though.
They would.
No, they're professionals.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. What are you talking about?
Of course they are. They work incredibly silly hours and they work really, really hard. But I think something would snap, surely. And they go, fuck this. Opening all the peanuts.
Taking the one parachute and jumping out. Yeah.
Is that something you ever wanted to do? Be a cabin crew?
No.
Travel the world that way?
No, because I always thought, I didn't think it was a great way of travelling the world, because my understanding of it was you go somewhere, you just sleep there for one night and then you come back again. But I don't think it is that. I think they do have fun.
I think it depends whether you're mainly doing short haul, long haul, I think.
Maybe.
So I think short haul, I think if you're doing kind of like, basically you're going to Edinburgh 6 times a day. That can be exhausting. But I suppose then you must get some good time off.
Yeah. And also some of the outfits, I quite like...
Would you have to choose it based on outfit?
I think so, because some of them are bad.
How are you in orange?
Ooh, I don't... If I have a tan, maybe?
Yeah.
But I think because Virgin has always been quite good with their outfits. Emirates is always quite nice.
Yeah.
RYANAIR is like... It's like the old W.H. Smith uniform.
What are they called now? TJ James or something? TJ Jones?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on with that?
I don't know. I used to work for W.H. Smith.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where? Why? Who? What?
In Aberystwyth for 2 years in sixth form.
Behind the checkout?
On Saturdays, yeah. I used to work on the newspaper and magazine till.
That's quite a good till. I'm busy on a Saturday.
Really busy on Saturday. So the time flew by, but the one you wanted to be on was the DVDs. The DVDs was a great one, because at the time DVDs was...
Brand new.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah. And you had a really nice cubicle in the back, and I don't know, there's something quite cool about it. So if you went in and you saw your name by the DVD set.
Would they change you each week?
Yeah.
But you were mainly on newspapers.
I was mainly on newspapers.
Look at this specky prick.
Yeah. And at that point as well, it was like peak club cards time.
Okay.
So club cards had just come out. So this was like 97, 98. And there was a wall chart in the staff room, and whoever managed to get people to take up the club card, the people with the most, you get like a voucher or something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then I spent the voucher on Friends DVDs.
Yeah. Hanging out in that DVD cubicle.
Yeah. What did you have? Saturday jobs?
Many Saturday jobs. My first one...
Go start to finish.
Okay, so a shop in Cardiff called Kitchens, which was on near the castle, which sold not kitchens, but the things you want in kitchens.
Appliances.
We're talking appliances, we're talking cutlery, we're talking knives, we're talking NutriBullets, we're talking all of that kind of stuff. Saucepans. I did every Saturday there for about a year and a half, maybe.
Was it spelled Kitchens? Or...
It's like Kitchens. Okay. There's also one in Bath, I think
Okay.
it was. I did my first job, and I was quite a shy boy, and I was 16, and there was lots of people who were like 18, 19, or maybe they'd come back from uni or they hadn't gone to uni, and they introduced me to the TV show Spaced, and there's a comedy, and they took me to a pub after shifts on Saturday and managed to sneak me in, and so it was quite a formative.
That's cool, yeah.
It was very, very lovely, supportive. People were there.
Oh.
And then it was always quite funny where my friends would come in on a Saturday because they'd be in town hanging out.
Yeah.
And the uniform was a green apron, like a long apron.
Okay.
And they would come in and you know, when did you ever have to serve your friends or something?
Oh, yeah.
And it's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
But then
friends are teachers and,
But they're in a kitchen shop. My 16-year-old not your friends, don't want to buy a fucking Le Creuset. Why are they here?
That's so weird.
It was the time that I was growing my hair out and I had like this massive afro.
Oh, wow.
And all the old ladies who were trying to buy some trying to buy some new pants. They're like, oh, I love the curling.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I had hair like
Older
that. I'm
women
like,
like curls, yeah.
Edna, what you like? Edna. Oh, certainly Edna.
Yeah,
20 years ago. No, it was good fun. And then after that, I worked in a shoe shop on Queen Street called Cube, which is now shut down. May it rest in peace. And that's the one that I was only there for a few months and was about to, I think on my last shift, the manager told me I probably would have got fired if I hadn't been leaving, because she saw me post on Facebook that I'd been like, two things. One, admitting that I'd called in 6 hours hangover, and another one that I posted a status saying about to sell shoes to cunts. And I didn't think she was on Facebook because she was like in her late 20s and Facebook was a brand new thing, and I thought it was just for cool hip 18-year-olds.
Like she's in her 80s.
Yeah. But when you were 18, being in your late 20s, Christ, you knew 30.
Yeah.
You know, like when someone on Love Island, they're like, oh, I'm 23, and they're like, oh, you don't look it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god, or X Factor, if you were like over 25, you'd be in the overs.
Yes.
With fucking Wagner. Someone in their mid-20s that was doing a PhD is hanging out with that man with the grey chest hair. Mad. So on my final shift, it's like across 3 floors, and if someone would come in and like, oh, do you have this in an 8? You'd be like, I'll check. And you used to run upstairs, and like, it was quite a good job to keep you fit.
Yeah.
And then, so everything was there on the 2nd floor, and the 3rd floor, it was all just like random left shoes. So they sent me on my last shift upstairs to the 3rd floor to try and find all the missing shoes as like a big punishment. And then I didn't get like a card or anything, I didn't get like a goodbye. And I just sort of walked out. I think they took it very personally that I was like...
That's pretty... How old were you?
I just turned, it was the summer I turned 18.
That's pretty shitty of them, I think.
About to sell shoes to cans. I did a tweet about it a couple of years ago during COVID, I think because I had like a Facebook memory pop up of that status. Okay. And it did quite well. It was like one of my first like viral things. And now it comes up. Basically every year it'll be people on, you know, those like meme content like accounts, which is like, and I think people are like an oldie but a goodie, and like, oh god, the things that I posted are now like in internet folklore.
But then stuff like that, compared to stuff that people post these days, that's small fry now.
Oh no, it's fine. But it was like a screenshot of a Facebook thing, but weirdly, like when I posted it for the first time, it went like quite big. I had people screenshotting it on like the Archbishop of Banterbury's Facebook page or something, and it was going around in different circles. And then a nursery that I used to take my daughter to, some of the lovely ladies there like, oh, we saw you on Facebook the other day. And I was like, oh fuck, like, you know, sort of like, I'm a proper human being with like good morals, and you're saying the stuff I post. Dreadful.
It's so lovely that it doesn't really matter now what you achieve in your career from this point onwards. That will always follow you around.
That's really bad, isn't it? What a lovely thing to have on a tombstone.
Yeah.
He sold shoes to cats.
That's nice.
I think that might be the first C-bombs you've ever had on the podcast. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
We could bleep it out.
Yeah, we could, I guess. I don't know about swearing anymore. It's all a bit... I think they're bigger fish to fry, right?
Interesting, yeah.
Because and especially, do you think over time that some of the swear words that we were told when we were younger these days are now quite, like, it doesn't really matter?
I remember, like, when I first got to Radio 4, like, bloody was like was a big thing that you couldn't have on. That they really sort of shied you away from that. And now they're sort of chucking a few shits out at 6:30.
Yeah, but bloody to me is quite...
Isn't it a religious thing?
Yes,
bloody?
but I think all of them will have some religious origin.
What's the religious origin from the C word then?
I don't know.
The real C word is Christ.
Yes. Yeah, beat that.
Jesus bleep.
Yes. But it's really funny how, because my kids went through a stage of being fascinated by swear words.
Interesting.
I think because they started to hear some.
Yeah.
And maybe understand some. But then they come home when they're both in primary school and they'd be like, I found out what the D word is today. But the D word would never be the actual D word. It would be something made up.
Right.
So it's really funny. I think obviously in school, one kid would think they'd figured out all the swear words, but they haven't. Do you know what I mean?
Idiots.
The funniest thing was So my son, he was going through this massive, big fascination with swear words. And one morning, I must have slept for my alarm or something, and he woke up before me and he came in.
Wake the fuck up!
Yeah.
You silly cow!
Okay, more we can cross off.
Yeah.
Yes, well done. No, but he walked in and without saying good morning or anything like that, he was like, Mum, is this a swear word?
Sure.
And then both of them quite aggressively at me in bed. Sorry, for our audio listeners, that was flipping both birds.
Flipping both birds. That's an iconic way to start the day. That's very strong.
And he'd obviously been thinking about it in bed, I imagine, as well. Like, he'd probably woken up early and be lying there wondering, I wonder if this is, yeah.
Yeah, that's, my youngest, I think, was trying to show me like her nail or like a cut or something. She's like, I'm not swearing. I'm like, well, there you are.
But that's giving her carte blanche to do it, right? That's
sure.
Yeah, she wants to show you her nail.
Yeah, exactly. She's picking that nail specifically on those fingers to try and make sure she can always swear at me. Yeah, I think my eldest sort of learned the S word. And I think he started watching maybe like I'm a Celeb or something. Right. It's in there, or Traitors or something. I think we were watching Traitors or Race Across the World with subtitles on, and it had S asterisk T. And he goes, what is that? And I was like, oh, it's the S word. And he's like, right, okay, yeah. So methodically going, right, that's how I get away with it.
Yeah. I've got quite a laid-back attitude to it, though, with my kids, because I grew up in a really religious household, so never allowed to swear. I don't think I've ever heard my parents swear.
Really?
Yeah, but with my kids, so we started watching Taskmaster together. So I love Taskmaster, and I thought, you know what, they love this. And there is a bleeped version.
Yeah.
But it's really annoying.
Oh, really?
I find it really annoying.
Is this the one that's on YouTube?
No, on Channel 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've done one so kids can watch it. Yeah. So what I was really, it just wasn't pleasurable to watch or listen to. So I started playing like the proper version for them, and I just gave them this chat of like, right, they're going to be swearing at this now. You know adults swear.
Yeah.
But you're not meant to.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
So they're very like, but it's funny though, because whenever they're swearing on it, they chuckle about the swearing as well. But I haven't heard my kids swear. I have no idea what they're doing in school, but
yeah,
no one does, right?
But I think no, exactly, no, absolutely no one does. Yeah, I'm very liberal. I remember hearing my parents swear growing up. It was mostly sort of bloodies and shits. I don't think I think my mum might have. That's like called Hugh Grant a twat or something. That's quite cool. That's quite a cool thing to do. So, and we've probably been acting like a twat.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think we ever really worried about swearing. I think me and Jen had different upbringings with that. I think Jen's was probably a bit more kind of like conservative with regards to that, but I think both my parents come from quite a big sort of like language. It's just language. It's another way of.
Yeah.
So you always see those studies like if you swear more, you're cleverer, you're happier, you're a better dude. Okay. And everyone's like posting about it. And very sort of like fuck you.
Having said that, though, I think if I was at a football game with the kids. Because we tend to be the family stand. I do think if there was someone sat next to us who was just like effing and blinding constantly in front of kids, I think I would say something.
Yeah, I've started to get a little bit annoyed about it now. Yeah. And it's mostly kind of like a sort of like watch your language type thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes on the football pitch, when my eldest is playing, he's 9, like the last couple of years, you've heard a little bit of it said on the pitch and stuff. It's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. No, because there was something, when there was, my daughter played against like a team that they never usually play against, and it was a boys' team. And I don't know who was with them, but I think it was one of their coaches or something. And he was telling this story on the sidelines to another child, but it was like the language he was using was disgusting. Man. And I actually went up to him, and you know when you get that red mist, but the red mist isn't anger, it's you panicking because your whole body's telling you, don't do it.
Sure.
But I was like, I can't, and everyone could hear him. And I was like, no, everyone can't be happy about this. Do you know what I mean? So I looked at him and I can't remember what I said, but it was something along the lines of, do you mind? This is an under 12s football game. Can you not use words like that, please? Yeah. And before I got his reaction, or I didn't even look directly in his eyes, I just turned around and walked off because I didn't want to have to deal with any reaction. But it's like, but then I spent the rest of the night then just like trying to calm down.
Yeah. I deal with confrontation so poorly.
Yeah.
I would sort of always shy away from anything like that. But
I'll give you another football one.
Go on.
So there was an annual tournament every beginning of the summer, and my daughter was, again, once she used to play in a mixed team, and so she was playing against the boys' team. And during the game, the other team were being really dirty. And like they were 8, 9 year olds, you know what I mean? But being really awful. And at one point, one of the boys pulled her hair, like she had a ponytail, and he not just tugged it, but like pulled it right down so her head went back. And like the ref wasn't doing anything about it. So I walked onto the pitch because like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I told the boy off, and then his mum came from somewhere. She was angry with me. Yeah. But I was just like, I'm sorry.
Did she see what happened?
Probably, but you know, if that had been my son doing that, I would have walked on myself.
I would have dragged him off.
Yeah.
100%.
No, but this was one of those mums where her child can do no wrong, right?
One of the mums that fancies their sons?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're out there.
Oh yeah.
They are out there.
No girl will be good enough for my boy.
And it's because she's with a shit husband that she has to pin everything on her son.
Yeah, that's so funny. It is that, isn't it? Oh, my boy is lovely. Not like his fucking father.
Yeah.
God, there is a lot of that going about.
Yeah. Do you reckon there are some mothers listening to this who don't recognise that in themselves?
I think they've just switched off.
Okay.
Too close for comfort. Too close to me. Tag me if you're going to talk about me, actually.
Do you ever think that happens the other way around? Do you think any...
Dad's the daughters?
Yeah.
Daddy's little girl, or that kind of stuff.
I guess
Daddy's
that,
little princess.
Yeah.
But I always do think that kind of remember that sort of prom season type thing of like when people would post videos, and it'd usually be like Americans sort of like from the deep south, turning to pick up a girl for prom, and daddy's there with a shotgun and stuff, and they're posing for photos like that. But in the same kind of like, I owned her, now I'm passing her to you. So I think there's a different element to that. But
it's more of an ownership.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But I think that again there is weird elements of like
it's those kind of things that have persisted through time, and it doesn't really matter how much society moves on. There'll always be undercurrents of this, right?
I think so. It's it's just a bit gross, isn't it? But that's why I think, especially from the sort of dad to the daughter point of view, I think we sort of try and big up, be strong, be all that kind of stuff with our youngest, and like she's quite a sporty kid, so I think like she enjoys doing all that kind of stuff. And I think like being strong and like going back to the sort of the fitness stuff and the body stuff, I think. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for her.
Okay. Let's leave this here now, and then not do any other episodes until she's in her 20s, and then we'll unpick that.
That'd be nice, like a Channel 4 documentary.
Yeah, you know when they follow those children and they go back to see them like every 7 years or something. That.
You know what was? I went to the museum in Cardiff the other day, and their exhibition of fashion, which was I think they were in the valleys and took pictures.
Oh, I've seen those photos. They're amazing.
Oh man, the exhibition's really great. Yeah. It's really, really good. I went there with my parents. My dad's from like Rickos, and it just reminded me so much of going there every single week. Just like the same houses, and just like that sort of like beautiful bleakness that's around. It's,
but all the kids are like dressed up in like silk gloves and like ball gowns and stuff. It's really cool.
It's a really cool exhibition. Good fun. Highly recommend. We should wrap here.
Yes.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Question mark? Or in 20 years?
I mean, if you have updates on your daughter next week, and if you've already damaged her within a week's time, then let's do it next week.
Okay, I think we'll see you next week then. See you next week. I've been Robin Morgan.
And I've been Esyllt Sears.
Bye.